We're at my dad's house on Saturday. The guys from the church, a bunch of friends, some relatives from another Amish community came over, and we tore the complete roof off from the deck, from the metal all the way down to the decking, completely stripped it, and then put this on the same day in 7 hours. So this is now a new week, and yesterday the electrician was here and he punched all those holes you see up there for the can lights and the wiring in the roof. Now when this house was built, it was not wired. So we're going to add wiring in the ceiling for some lights upstairs. And we'll just take a walk around. It looks nice and fresh and new, that new decking. Also, we did a bunch of cleanup since Saturday, hauled a bunch of loads to the dump, get the place cleaned up so we can get to work on finishing it. And one of the next steps is my niece's husband, Steve's gonna come in, tear all the inside walls out and the floors out. They all have to be replaced, or most of the walls, and all of the floors have to be completely replaced. They got too much water damage. So on this fascia, which is a trim that goes around the perimeter of the roof, is all larch or tamarack. They call it tamarack in the east, we call it larch in the west. And all of these boards come from our yard out here, out the log yard out, Meadows Log Home's log yard. The larch trees out here, they took the logs onto the sawmill over there, cut the lumber, and it is beautiful, beautiful material. And we're considering using this material on our log homes. So if you're going to be ordering a log house from us, ask us about that, because we would offer that option for you, the same price, same cost to you as cedar. There's some thoughts on the cedar versus the larch. Generally, we've always used cedar. It's decay resistant, but so is larch, and it would be fine. In fact, that's what was on this house before, was like there was some pine and some larch on there before that we tore off and put new on. So let's take a closer peek at this lumber on the roof. When you get a log house from Meadowlark, you're probably not going to be getting those thick timber rafters that we cut from the larch also, because we usually use an I-joist with a thicker roof. We like to have a little bit thicker roof. And a lot of times we have some snow load and some engineering issues. We like to use that I-joist for the rafters. But for our own use, we cut the rough sawn lumber. We could use it in your house, but it's the logistics of cutting it and getting it to your site is not quite as good. So we probably would not use it, but the fascia would be possible. So we got the 2x4 down on the flat, as you see, running from the length at the peak and at every log purlin. And the reason for those 2x4s that are flat, they're spacers. All they are is a spacer. So the rafters, whether you use this kind of rafter or our standard Meadowlark I-joist rafter, the rafters are raised up off the ceiling, off those boards. And the only purpose for that, and this is a major point, this is a key point. When we spray that foam in there, looks like whipped cream, yellow poly foam, which is a very, very good insulating product. It's very sticky and strong. It goes in and dries hard. It is a foam. It flows like whipped cream underneath all of those rafters. So from this wall here to the wall over there, it's completely sealed because it flows underneath every rafter, completely filling the cavity without a single place of leaking air. That's the problem with a frame home and a lot of traditional building, is you've got all these joinery everywhere, like every stud, every rafter, you've got a rafter against a plywood or against something, and it creates a thermal break where you have heat escaping. It's not sealed. And so this is different. This loses far less energy through the roof than almost any other roof system I know, because there's absolutely no seam. And so you even see how we take it to another level. At the gable end, we cut a little piece of that, we remove a little piece of that roof decking, so the spray foam goes right down on the log wall gable end up there, that little strip that's missing, and it goes all the way to that rafter. So it completely covers the roof insulation completely covers the log wall a little bit outside and seals down into it. So the roof is literally top to bottom, left and right, completely one solid foam spray seal, and you won't get any heat loss out of it whatsoever. So that's the story so far. There'll be more videos as we keep going along, and thank you so much for watching. They're putting the sheeting on our parents' roof. There's a 5-inch foam spray in the roof cavity. They're putting the sheeting on now. Let's walk around and see if they've got anything done on the inside. They were going to start tearing the floors out. The wiring is poked in the roof now and foamed. That's the same green material that's eco-friendly, environmentally friendly for insulating walls and roofs. Has no smell, kind of like my house. I really like that product. Didn't have to worry about inhaling toxic fumes and harming the environment. There comes the boss right there. My dad just shows up and will offer his opinions on what's going on, I'm sure. So they got to tear this floor out. They got to tear this floor out up here. We're going to tear this old stair out, put a proper metalwork stair on. So they've got this framed up now for the elevated floor. So we got some soundproofing between the floors. We were able to salvage part of the bottom layer of this floor. So we'll put in 2 bedrooms up here. Before we had 3, but they were pretty small. So we'll do 2 bedrooms and an open area here, and we're gonna add a bathroom over there. So that'll be nice for guests, for our parents. Here comes the boss with probably a lot of opinions or advice. What does it look like? Have you seen the upstairs, Dad? Come on up, let's take a look. I just got getting some video for people to see what's happening. He's pretty spry for 85 years old. So we got the floor elevated so we can put some fiberglass insulation down to get some soundproofing between the bedrooms and the main floor. So what we're gonna do is a small bedroom right where I'm standing from here over. This 2x4 over is a bedroom. It goes to the center, so it's kind of a small bedroom. And then this would be a large bedroom. It comes all the way over to the beam with a wall right under the beam here. A door here, a door for that bedroom. And this is all open. The whole rest of it's open with a bathroom right here, this area. So that's kind of our plan.